What do you see the role of the Bund and school and academia in the community now here in Melbourne?
I think it's critical. I think you need passionate, alternative, cultural and political views, and not be scared of them, and not fall under a banner narrative that the major Jewish organisations will have in Australia. Even if the voice is diminished from where it was 20 years ago, 30 years ago, it's still incredibly important. I don't go to Bundist functions as often as I did because I'm not as involved as I was. I'm more generalist in my involvement. But it's still incredibly important that we have that voice. A Jew should look at the world around them and relate their history. I think you shouldn't be dominated by the Israel narrative. Don't get me wrong, I'm not anti-Israel. I think that Israel has played an incredible role in just the way a modern Jew perceives themselves, the confidence they take from it, the security they take from it, the passion that they take from it, cannot be denied in modern Jewish life. But it's not for everyone. I see in a lot of people an indifference about Israel because it's a political environment, social environment that they don't see themselves part of. One thing visiting it, liking it, wanting its survival, it's a different thing saying this frames who I am. So the voice that SCIF gives its members, the voice that the academia gives its members, and just being heard is an important, let's question who we are. Let's decide what being Jewish is. I hear people saying that religion doesn't mean anything to them anymore, that being Jewish, I have these conversations with my contemporaries about their kids and, does marrying out bother you? And they go, no, not anymore. It's modern life. It's up to them what they see, and to a large degree that is. I can't dictate to my daughters what I see fit. I tell them what I would like. I tell them, we in our discussion with them, please don't get tattoos, please don't do dope, and try and stay Jewish. We just make it very simple. We give them very simple, principles to go by. They'll do what they want to do. I take pride in my family's achievements, but I also have to remember it's not just us as a family. We don't just live our life for our own, our own fulfilment. We are a big part of something bigger. So for me, for us, for what we celebrate, we think the voice is important. I'm not a firebrand. I don't stand up on a pulpit or on a box or a soapbox and espouse things. I think the way you handle yourself, the conversations you have. I mean, I meet with guys that are my old Hashemir friends, and we still talk about politics and the politics of Israel and what worries us and what, Netanyahu is a conversation piece, and is it all the way with Netanyahu, or do we take pride in saying, well, hey, whoa, and I like that. I like that to be able to do that. If we flick articles around, I'm not a big poster on Facebook. If I read something, I'll post it because I think it's something that should stimulate discussion. So there is, a very modern world. There's so much thought, so many ideas, so many, short, Twitter, obviously, things that either inspire, ignore. You're challenged in so many different ways. So I think for someone who's heading towards their 60s, you just go, oh my God, where do you draw a perspective? There's so much coming at you. I say to my kids, try and pick up a newspaper every now and then and read a longer article. Right? Don't just read the snippet in Instagram or thing. There's a bit more to that, but that's me being a dad. I think there's dad things that one does. So yeah, I think incredibly important and absolutely wedded to it.